What? Emma's making a guild boss video and it's a completely new strat no one ever talked about? Quick thing in eigener Sache, if you want to support me, link to the partner creator program is in description down below. You get free codes, it doesn't cost you anything, and hey, you support me. And if you're new, subscribe. Now you already saw in a thumbnail what it's all about, but I want to share you some results first. Then I want to show you in-game the build itself, and at the end you will see the runs. I'll let them play out. Okay. But first and foremost, this is the first run. Also thanks to my guild member Saya, who did a lot of testing, also with me together, tried to figure out what we can cook up with. Also with Fagner being out now and the whole defense penetration thing and so forth. And there was always that one weapon which piqued our interest, and that was the Night Killer. Because the Night Killer provides you with defense penetration, and the cool thing about that is you don't even need any advancement for this weapon. That's how good that weapon is for that content and how free-to-play friendly it also is. Now what we can see here, there's a couple of tests we did. Now what you see here is 12 billion score, 9 billion with Jinwoo, but that was with, as you can see here from the screenshot, a level 57 A5 Night Killer weapon. Wasn't even maxed level, nothing. And from the screenshot you see all the damage, the general stats of this build. It was like a level 57 weapon. All skills are gold and gold blessings. The only thing that is mythic is the reawakening, but right now everybody should have mythic reawakening. If you still have your selector, go pick up your red reawakening. It's very important. And for the stat, it's 250 points in intelligence and the rest is in attack. We just figured it's the best for the rotation overall, even though there's not really a real rotation going on. But yeah, so this is for what he achieved with just a level 57 weapon. I did my own tests as well, obviously, and I did it with a level 100 Night Killer A10 with mythic blessings and gold skills, same values. This is the result I got, 13.7 million. And you can see here in terms of damage of the other characters, fairly similar. And then we have two other points here. Then I actually, because I wanted the difference, to see the difference, and you see it in a run. I don't know if I include both runs or one run, we will see at the end of the day. But here I pushed the Night Killer to level 110. I don't have enough special designs anymore to push it to 120, and I upgraded both my skills, Detonation and Sonic Explosion, which we will use for the strat. I upgraded them to mythic rarity because I wanted to see the difference in damage output. Everything else stayed the same, and you can see here the highest I achieved last night was close to 20 billion. I am fairly certain I can achieve above 20 billion with that build. Need to do just slight adjustments maybe and not be fatigued from doing it like super late. And then also, which is probably also very interesting for you guys, is this down here. Now what we have here is we have a level 110 Night Killer, all skills gold, and the blessings are all gold as well, with red reawakening. Obviously that's the only one which we have, and then obviously the 250 int and the rest into attack. And what we can see here is 1.1 billion with Isil, about 1 billion with Yusuyun, 850 with Emma, and the rest really doesn't matter too much. But what you can see here, if you look at all these numbers, is they doesn't matter what kind of build you have, but all these numbers when it comes to the hunters, even though those are two different accounts, the screenshots are from two different accounts, the values, the damage values of the support team is very similar. Oh, let's take a look at the stat line of Jinwoo. If we look at the damage, it's only 44. This from my guildmate's account, 44k attack. For my build, it's 42k attack. Max on crit rate, crit damage, he has 180. I think I have like 200. And then now here's the interesting part: damage increase and death penetration. Now for this strat, because we're getting defense penetration from the Night Killers, we don't need that high of death penetration value, because you all guys probably saw the fire bow and the fan build on YouTube. But for this build, you need a way higher defense penetration. You need like around 40, but somewhere between 40 to 50% death penetration. With this build, you need around 32%. This is what we came up with, around 32% defense penetration. This is what you need, and that's it. You can see like the stats, they aren't really that good, right? And you can see here in the screenshot the build what you can use here. For example, he used VR1, Bloodlust, Sharp Perception, and the Red Reawakening. I did it slightly different. I used Boss Slayer instead of VR1, but you will see in a minute. But yeah, fairly simple, and it is applicable to everybody else. And I will show you now in game how everything is built. Now, the beauty about the Night Killer weapon is you don't need even any advancement. You can use it A0 because the very important ability is the Night Killer one. Increase the user death penetration by 2.4%, stacking up to 10 times. Duration 20 seconds, which is a very long time. And it says effect every 5 hits. Now, which is important is because you can charge the attack, and you might think, oh, can I tap or do I have to charge the attack? You have to charge the attack because, so you have to hold down the skill button because it's doing multi-hits, and every 5 hits it applies that stack. So you can get to max stacks fast. Now, if you have it A5, you get an extra damage because then you apply the component destruction effect, which can stack up to 5 times. So it's basically the boss takes 10% extra damage. So this is cool if you have it A5, but outside of that, A0 works perfectly fine for this weapon. Now, when it comes to the build itself, it is very free to play friendly. Obviously, the more stuff you have, the higher you can go, but the whole strategy of the build itself is very good, and it works basically for literally everyone out there. Now, the cool thing about that is, so you need the fan and you need the Night Killer. What else do you really need to make that build work in terms of advancements? First of all, you don't need the bow. So you don't need a highly advanced bow for that strat. And also the only 2 hunters, in theory, the only 2 hunters you need for this build is Isel at A4 and you need Gina A4. That's the only 2 you need in terms of advancements. Everything else does not really matter. These 2 need to be at least A4 and you're good to go. Now, this is the characters we're using for this build. Then for the build itself, Jinwoo we're running on Armed Expert set. Then we have Isel with a full Greed set, Emma full Desire, Gina Palace Sylph, and then we have Bora on a full Wish set. Because of survivability, she has survivability issues, that's why we also provide that with the Wish set. Then full Blessing set on Choi, and then an Armed Obsidian set on Yu Si-yoon. And that's really about it. And then when it comes to the skills, we're gonna use Detonation and we're gonna bring Sonic Explosion. I will include probably a run of me using the gold skills because I have them now mythic rarity, and I made sure that I have a test with the gold skills and a test with the mythic skills. And when it comes to the skill to the QTs, we're gonna use Collapse, the fire skill, because the stacks is actually pretty good with the Night Killer. It works pretty damn good together and provides damage. Actually very good. And then we're gonna use Ice Strike because Ice Strike also provides damage, but the cool thing about that is also it teleports us in front of Fagner, which helps us a lot to get our shadow steps and stuff going on. And then for the blessings, what I'm running is Bloodlust, Sharp Perception, Boss Slayer, Reawakening, and then whatever else. This is a work in progress still. I'm thinking about maybe if I wanna try instead of Bloodlust, I wanna use something else, test something else. If I find something cooler out in terms of blessing combination, you will get an update on that one as well. And then when it comes to the cores, classic, standard, nothing too crazy. The stuff just stack a little bit of death penetration. And if I can look at my hunters right now, and if they are shown properly, I can show you even the stats here. Nothing really out of the order, nothing crazy. Like, look at this, only 30k attack, 188, nothing too crazy. Choi doesn't matter. What is Yu Si-yoon? Only 30k, 200% crit damage, death penetration. Here, Emma, also nothing too crazy here, 200% crit damage, death penetration, damage increase, but HP isn't really that high. Like, the stats aren't even that good. That's the funny part about the build. It's not even that good, but they're doing their job pretty good. That's the actual cool part about this. And from the future, the only stat that really makes a difference then in terms of the build, which I just showed you and everything, is the attack stat. So if you can get a higher attack stat, your damage output overall explodes, just as a side note. And this sums up everything I wanted to show you in terms of the build. I will now leave you with the runs. And there's one last thing. We're currently working on a strat, a theory for the water team. If our theory is true, it will change Guild Boss forever.